Welcome back, friends. This is Mag, and today you see a bunch of minifigures. It's minifigure madness. Unfortunately, my display case is filled, and I have many more minifigures that I want to put on display. So I'm going to talk about some options that I had found which suit my needs to display my minifigures, and I'll share them with you. For instance, I know that they have Lego cases that you can buy in the bright colors. They have the studs to put the members on, so you don't need to use the base plates. And they have bigger studs on top, so you can buy multiple cases and stack them together. Now, those are pretty cool, but I would like to display my minifigure collection in more of a professional setting. Perhaps some of you would like to display some in an office, whether it be at a work location or in a home office, or perhaps you have an entertainment or social area within your home that you'd like to put this on display. And those bright yellow and red Lego cases just don't do it for me. So what are some options that you guys could utilize to display your Lego minifigures? What you see before you is actually a golf ball wall hanging unit that you can put golf balls on. And I have an example here that I can show everybody. And this is just one that's got a fancy clock, etc. But I'm going to move closer and I'm going to angle this down. You can see the green felt, the little indentations to hold the golf balls in place. This one doesn't have any slots across the row, so you can display them straight across, versus the one that I have behind it, which has cross sections and separates each square, which pretty much you can only put 2 minifigures in per square. And you could slot them in with the base plates horizontally, or you can put them in with the base plates vertically. It does fine in both scenarios. And in some cases, what I do is I save base plates and I actually double up some minifigures on one base plate. So I'll show you an example. Here are 2 minifigures, and they're on one single base plate. So that's just a way to conserve space. Sometimes you can't do that because you get minifigures that have accessories, and if you wanted to show all the accessories, for example, here is an orc with his bag. That's going to take up pretty much all of the studs on the base plate, and you can't exactly put another minifigure on there. So you want to make sure that you can have something to display your minifigures so that it's a social piece and it's something that is not going to stand out. Or maybe you want it to stand out, but I like to be subtle with the way I display my minifigures. I have a social area in my home where I put these. I also have a home office that I put these in display, and for people who come in and sit and meet with me for business-related activities, or if I have guests over and we just want to have some social interaction, they can look at my minifigure display. So I was looking around in my local arts and crafts store to see if they had any more of these types of display cases. So I'm looking for something that's price-worthy, that looks good, and it's not cheap enough where it's going to fall apart. I'm not afraid to spend a couple extra dollars, but I'm not going to go overboard. Besides the golf ball cases, I did come across another type of display case, which actually I like better than the ones I'm using currently. And I'm looking to pick a couple of these up. Here we have a nice shadow box that I was able to find. And these are almost look like custom builds, but it's all one unit. They're not separate pieces that slide in, and they go straight across. It's probably 1.5 to 2 inches deep, which means that you can fit probably, I'd say maybe 12 minifigures on one row. If you get creative and you kind of stagger them, do one forward, one back, one forward, one back, you would be able to get a full series on each row. And this shadow box or display case comes with 6 different rows, so you could essentially have up to 6 series in one case. And I did find this on discount. This normally was a $50+ piece in the frame section of the arts and crafts store I went to, but they had a 50% off sale, so I was able to find this for $25 plus some minor taxes. And I thought it was really good because it was well built, and it comes with a closable glass door, and right here, which you can't see, is a little magnet, and it affixes the glass door, if you heard that, to the back. Now if I swing this around and we take a look at the back, you could see that it is not flimsy. I mean, it's pretty good, and you do get 2 hooks that come on the back of this, and those are basically you know, like nail hooks or frame hooks. You could always do a lot with these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to display my minifigures in it and hang it on the wall. And as you can see here, I'll put a couple examples together, and we'll see how many we can actually get across in a row. And it has some good height, because you can see some of these minifigures have sword accessories, and they're actually fitting in there quite nicely. So I think that's just about enough room to get these minifigures in there. We want to make sure that they don't protrude, because we got to close the door. So what are we looking at? 3, 6, 10, there's 12. But you could see here they're a little bunched up together. So I was about right. You're looking at 12 minifigures, and that's sharing on base plates. So we could probably restructure this a little bit and make it fit 12 comfortably, so they're not all bunched up like this. Or, like I said, you can do a front to back kind of a configuration, and they would fit real nice. Only, you know, half of the series would be in the back, and you could see between the figures, but I think it works just fine. So along with that, I picked up another little container, and this is just a simplistic bead container, but I use these to keep my little Lego pieces. You can see there's compartments, all pretty much the same size except for this one up here. This is a double compartment, and it has a nice lid. 17 compartments in all, so I picked that up at the store while I was there. That was only a couple bucks. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you have any suggestions on how you display your minifigures, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment. As always, like, subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.